We bought the Go-Go stick in 2017. This is the extendable one. Jace will show how it extends. So it can adjust for heights. And we were in Oregon, so it was perfect for Oregon because it rains a lot there, and this is perfect for picking up poop that has been a little wet. I found that when it's dry, it's just easier to just pick it up with my hands. But we're in Missouri, and it's usually dry, but it's been kind of wet lately, and we've been watering our grass. So it's a really good time to use this again. And it comes with its own duty bags, but you can buy more. And it says you can use it with a grocery sack as well, and it kind of works with a grocery sack, but it does work better with the duty bags, so I would recommend just using those. It goes on pretty easily. There's a thing right there where you can just have a little bit of extra security. If you're using a grocery sack, you definitely need to use that. This thing here works great for scraping up the wet stuff. And now we're ready to go. Okay, here's our first victim.
Yes.
It's a little bit dry, so this is the one where it might be easier to just pick up with your hands. We're going to go ahead and show you how the duty scoop works. Should have fight it just a little bit. It fights a little less when it's wet. There you go. Perfect.
I love you.
There's a little bit more. This one came from a bigger dog. I am a dog sitter, so scooping up poop is something I have to do a lot. This thing is best if you're a dog sitter to use every other day or so. If you have your own dog, maybe once every 3 or 4 days, just if you have just one dog. See this one, you can see she's having a little bit of a hard time with it because it is dry and it's not going right in.
With that extra hand.
Let go. Okay. I scraped it just a little bit.
With that extra hand, that
you want to make sure it goes all the way back in, otherwise it will come out. You have to redo it. Also, as it gets fuller, sometimes the stuff comes out a little bit. So yeah, that would have been a little bit easier picking up with my hands. Here's a little bit more. This is a little bit wet and a little bit mushy. Okay, go ahead. Just shaking. The model is 9, so a child can do this. It'd be a great chore for a kid.
Can you help me, please?
Sure. When it's a little bit mushy right there, it's harder to pick up. So that's when the scraper comes in really handy, and when it's much better than using your hands. With your hands, you definitely can't scrape.
Mom, what was that dog's name that looks like Oliver? Halo? Her name is Halo?
So it's just getting kind of yucky up there, and that happens. Which is this is why it makes it better to come out. If you're a dog sitter every day, if you're, if you have your own dog, just one dog, come out every few days, because stuff like this will crop it up. No pun intended.
Maybe it was Halo.
And I just threw some of it. So I guess when it's that mushy and not entirely wet, it's probably at its hardest point to pick up.
Maybe it was Halo. Let me take the dog scooper. Scooper.
This one is fresh and wet. Nice and gentle. No, okay, I'm going to help her. That is when it's perfect. Wet. It comes up really easily. And there's a really gross one over here. No, I'm going to do this one, honey. See, also wet. A little bit sticky, so hard to get in there. And perfect for the scooper. Here's a dry one. It's a little harder. It likes to bounce around, it's too light. But still got it in.
Hey, Mom.
So the last thing is the grossest part where you have to get this off.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty gross. Most of the time there's absolutely no way to avoid the tube. This one wasn't so bad because it's been drier. Usually this is all crusted off. Anyway, comes right off, and then you'll want to rinse it because it does get some poop on it. So the last step is to rinse it off, and everything here is washable.
A rainbow.
It rinses right off.
Done.